Hi guys, it's Shah here, the Tech Borg, and today's video is going to be on GCSE Computer Science, and I thought it's worthwhile making this, seeing that I had coursework, so will you, if you're doing GCSE Computer Science, of course, but I'm pretty sure it's being scrapped, but this is also very important for you to learn because, well, I guess it probably might come up in your exam, seeing that the coursework part is being scrapped, which is good as well as bad, because the coursework enabled you to get marks really easily, but then the coursework also was very, let's say, questionable in terms of how students were cheating. So, okay, forgetting those things, I'm just going to show you how a basic structure of your coursework should look like. And this is just everyday things, like if you want to make a future in software side, then it's important you know how to do your documentation correctly. So let's go ahead and do that. So the structure of your coursework should look something similar. So in my coursework, the first thing I had was a table of contents, and then in that table of contents you want to have all the bits and bobs written down. So you want to write down the project, whatever you wrote about the project, information about the project, what else is there? Okay. And then you want to mention like what's problems that you could face / solutions to solve them, or for example operating systems, will it work in everything, and whatnot. And in the table of contents you have to include like everything, so like your testing stages, you have to include your your development stage, you have to include your introduction. Okay, I spelled development wrong, development. Okay, so you have to include your intro, and then second thing you want to do is you want to make your intro, obviously. So in your intro, I think I already went over this over there about the project information, but in the intro you want to mention project information, you want to mention solutions and problems, which they all fall under intro. What will you make the project from, and why? So this is very important because you're justifying why you're using that programming language, and majority of the time you'll be using a high level programming language like Python, so it's very nice, it's sensible as well. And then alternatives, I guess, alternative codes or methods, alternative methods to the solution. And then after your intro you want to go to the development stage, and this is very important because over here you want to include as many photographs as you can of your code and how you manage to get there. So photos, so screenshots, essentially screenshots of code. Then you want to have your explanation of code with arrows, yeah, so that's very important because you need to explain your code. As a developer you have to be able to explain your code, and then after you explain your code you have to you have to test it, obviously. So this is where that testing region comes in, although the testing isn't our final stage, that falls under development as well. So let me write development and testing, very important, that's why I put in capitals. So then you want to test code against your requirements, i.e. the requirements of the coursework. And then after you test it, take photos again of improvements / changes. Okay, so this is where you'll get the top marks, and if you can show a really good improvement of your program, then you've done really well. And let's say you didn't make much improvements to your program, then you can still expect good marks. Although the top mark achievers normally are those that actually show improvement, because that's what computer science is about. It's all about looking at your code, going over it, and seeing how you can make it more efficient as a solution. So the fourth one is finally evaluation, and this is very important because you have to be able to evaluate your program. Like, so why is your program suitable? Does it meet the needs? How efficient is it? So by efficient I mean, is there a possible method that you can make your, let's say, 100-line code into something that's 10 lines long, which is hyper efficient? That's like next level, but probably won't happen. 100-line code in 10 lines, but at least in like 70 or 80 lines, if you can reduce it by 20 lines, that's less. That's 20 less lines of code the computer has to go through, which makes it even more efficient for it to run. That's what I mean. So how efficient is it? Requirements met, which technically falls under does it meet the needs? Requirements met. And then I think you should have some kind of a checkbox for requirements. If not met, why? This is really important. You want to explain why you didn't actually meet them. And you should meet them because it is coursework. So it's like a must meet. But then if you want to do something extra and you don't meet that, then that's different, obviously. But this is like basics that you must meet. And yeah, so this is how your structure should initially look like. But I mean, I think soon I'll show you guys my coursework as well and show you the general gist of how a good coursework would look like. My coursework is very good. Yeah, and yeah, that's really it, guys. So table of contents, intro, development, testing, evaluation. 4 important stages that should be in your coursework. And make sure you follow my steps. And I'm very sure you'll definitely pass your coursework. And if you do all these steps in a very detailed fashion, then there's no doubt you'll get a star in the coursework. But I'm pretty sure it's being scrapped. But this is very important for you to know, like in terms of just general knowledge and knowledge for the exam, because you need to know about testing, development. So it's better you just get an idea of like a structure that you should have to like a software development life cycle. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be updating my videos quite regularly, uploading my videos quite regularly now because it is the holidays. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.